This is our Tennessee walking horse gelding. This is Ed's Buckaroo, and I want to show you. Eric's riding him. This horse has been ridden in the western bit, and he's riding today in a rope halter. And just want to show you that you know, Eric and I were talking about this. It's not a bad idea if you got bad hands, you know, and everything, and you're learning to ride your horse in a rope halter. Now, I'm not saying that you stay bad hands or anything, but you won't create bad habits in their mouth, and you won't hurt them. You know, rope halters. I've seen a lot of people like what do they call those things? The bitless bridles or something.
Oh yeah, the side pull.
Yeah, I've seen all those kind of things, but honestly, a rope I don't even know how you can improve on this.
Can't beat it.
You know, I mean, to be honest, because it has like what's cool about it is it's loose, okay, and so they get instantaneous relief. It's not binding on them. We don't tie it on them where it's binding or anything, and then when they do, like if they do, like say a horse, I mean, you're trying to go right, and something to the left, there's something treacherous over here, but for some crazy reason the horse wants to go over there. Well, you gotta make him go that way, right? And the rope halters have some bite to them. You know what I mean? They don't like to pull against it and brace against it, do they? I mean,
right.
Like I see people, like some of those, like the web halters, the nylon web halters that are thick. I've seen people with big fuzzy nose bands over them and all that kind of stuff. And I don't know, maybe the horse has some injury there or something. I don't know. But you really want something that it's like if you were walking through your living room at night and you ran your shin into the corner of a hard coffee table. Would that teach you not to walk that way? Or if you ran your shin into a soft, like beanbag ottoman or something, which one are you going to respect more, I guess, you know? So that's what's good about them. But they are very comfortable for the horses too. You see how loose that is, you know? But I mean, this shows you here that in a lot of ways, like the way we're training, you really don't need the bit, you know? Like we don't go into bits because we can't control the horse. I mean, you see how well he's doing. This is I'm in a rope halter. I mean, loose rein, and he's listening to Eric's seat and body, you know? So, yeah, so we don't get into the bits because we need to, because we don't have control. We would go into the bit because we have control so that we can be even more subtle with our cues, you know. And when you get into riding one-handed and stuff like that, you know, you don't want to be moving your hand like real far, you know. Either way, you want to just be moving it like this, or not even, just like slightly, right? And that's why that's the point, like that western bit kind of thing. He's doing really well.
Yeah, this, like I said, he's my favorite.
Yeah, I know. He's great. He's really good. But yeah, when I have my grandkids come out, or even beginners, like first time on horses kind of stuff, we'll put them in the round pen, and I don't care. I always put my horse into a rope halter because people don't know what they're doing and they're pulling on them, and every time you pull on a horse or something without intention behind it, and that, I mean, what I'm saying, like you could have, like, you're not conscious of where your hands are, you're pulling too hard or whatever. Whenever you do that, you're teaching them something. Mostly to probably ignore it. And so, you know, we don't want to do that. So, and it's not fair to the horse. They get kind of frustrated pretty quickly about that. Like when if the grandkids or if a new rider's in their mouth all the time. That's what we call it, if you're in their mouth. And so, So I just always pop them into a rope halter. And I honestly think that if you just ride every once in a while, you know, and you're not confident in your ability and stuff, I would really recommend riding in a rope halter. You know, your horse is going to be. I mean, you can do this too much too. You know, you can pull on them too much. And,
Yeah, you see me, I just lifted just a little. See,
Yeah.
he took a step back.
yeah. I mean, you could do bad with a rope halter too, but it's a little harder. You know.
Yeah,
It's a harder
it's a tough habit for people to break from riding like this, but
Yeah.
the best thing you can do is let it go.
Yeah.
Just give them the opportunity to mess up.
Yeah.
Don't micromanage them. They just appreciate it a lot better, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, because they're really actually really smart, you know, and they just because they get, you know, they're a prey animal and they get worried doesn't mean that they're not intelligent, you know. But yeah, this is when like one of our other videos. It's I think the video's like what's our process or whatever. Like, and we're showing like how we proceed from the rope halter to like a snaffle bit to then like a western. Well, but there's a stage in between there too. But this is when Eric says he gets them doing everything in the rope halter, like all the laterals, this kind of stuff that he's doing right now. He's disengaging the hind end there, you know. The horse will know all that stuff
Yep.
before he puts them
They can't
into.
do it one-handed like this. Don't advance to
Yeah.
the next stage.
Yep. Yeah. They really do.
Takes time. But
Yeah. And they do appreciate. I mean, look how calm he is. Like if you were to take, like say, he was a horse we were just starting, and we end up starting him in a snaffle bit. I guarantee when you pull on that snaffle bit the first time and you're pulling on the reins, it's going to cause some sort of pain in there, and all his attention is going to go to his mouth.
Yep.
And he may have like 5% or 1% or maybe 10% even on you, but the rest is in his mouth.
Right.
He doesn't know what's going on, and so that's why we don't do that. We put him in like we start right in groundwork and everything with the rope halter, and then it's a familiar feel. They know exactly what it is.
Yeah, that's exactly.
You know,
Yeah. Really
and that's
helps.
why he'll like when he does put a snaffle in their mouth, he'll keep the rope halter here, and the snaffle will just be hanging there. You have to watch that video. I'll put a link to it at the end of this video, but that just kind of shows how they are before that. And that's not common. Like a lot of people don't have that. When I talk to people, they don't have that philosophy.
Right.
About they think, hey, my horse is blankety blank doing something. Okay, they'll say something wrong or whatever, right? And the person will go, well, you need to get this other bit, and you put that in there, and you gotta force them and stuff. And I mean, what we do is we go back to like the rope halter. Like if all of a sudden, I don't know, give an example like what might happen like in a snaffle that you might go back to like a rope halter.
The best thing about this is if you get in a bind, even a snaffle, you can bend their head around and shut them down, you know.
Yep.
But you can't do that in a one-handed bit.
You can't do that. Yep.
This is an advantage. Say you think your horse is fresh and it's a cool morning and you think you might have to do some circles. Well, take them back to a snaffle or to the halter, and that way you're not gonna damage his mouth.
Yeah, and you're like kind of hog tying yourself where you can't do something.
Right. Yeah, when you do this with a regular bit, like we ride in, it puts pressure all the way across the mouth. So
yeah, so that confuses them.
They can't. Yeah, it's confusing.
Yep. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. Should people subscribe? They should. Hey, smash that like button and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching.